Hey everyone, here's a quick Philly cheesesteak recipe for you to enjoy with your family. For a Philly cheesesteak, I'm gonna start with salt, pepper, butter, mayo, minced garlic. I have some mustard here because we like mustard on our Philly cheesesteaks. We have shaved steak. You can find shaved steak at your local grocery store. We have it here at our Kroger, but whatever local grocery store you have, they should have it. We also have onion. I have an orange bell pepper, and then we're gonna make fries, homemade fries on the side as well. I've already cut up my fries, but I left one here so that I can show you guys how to cut it. Usually for my potatoes, I like to cut them in 2 slices. So 1, 2, and then you're gonna take it and slice it across. And do pretty big pieces. We don't want skinny potatoes. And there you go. Okay everyone, you're gonna need hoagies as well. We're using artisanal sausage rolls because they were out of hoagies. And you're gonna need provolone cheese. Okay everyone, you're gonna take your rolls and use about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Mix about a teaspoon of the minced garlic into the melted butter. And you're gonna take it and use it as a spread on your roll. So open up your roll. Take your roll and put it face down in the skillet. Okay, and you're just gonna let this cook for just a few minutes. And then we're gonna remove them and get started on the rest of the Philly cheesesteak. All right, everyone, just take a look at them and see if your rolls are toasted to your liking. I'm gonna let ours stay for just another minute. All right, they're nice and toasted. You're going to sit them back on your plate and set them to the side. Okay, our oil should be nice and hot. You can just put one in to test it to make sure. So you got that good sizzle. And then we'll go ahead and add the rest. And I always like to add them all in one area because I don't like hot oil too much and I don't like to burn myself. So just pile them in on top of each other and then you can spread them out. You can just spread them out to make sure they're spread out even in the skillet. And while the fries are cooking, we'll go ahead and get our Philly cheesesteak going. Everything is starting to smell good and come together. And while the fries are cooking, I kind of leave them alone because if you toss them around too much in the skillet, they can start to fall apart. So just check them to make sure they're cooking well and continue to saute your veggies. Oh, that smells nice. All right, we're going to flip our fries a little bit from the bottom. You see they're starting to brown, so we're just going to flip them a little bit so that the ones on the bottom can come to the top. All right, now we're going to go back over to our veggies. They're nice and sauteed. And you just want to make sure your onion is translucent and they're cooked well. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these from the skillet and put them back into our bowl. Ooh, that smells nice. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to the skillet and spread it around. I don't need too much, but I just want to add a little bit more to make sure that our meat doesn't stick. All right, so once you've added a little bit more oil, you're going to go ahead and add your steak to the skillet. I think I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt as well. Okay, and I'm just breaking up my meat a little bit with my wooden spatula. And I'm going to go in and add a little bit more garlic salt to that. And it's this garlic salt. And also a little bit of complete. Okay, now we're just flipping the fries again from the bottom to the top. Our meat is almost done. I think I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper to it as well. just removing our fries, putting them in on paper towels so that they can drain. All right, everyone, so our steak is done and the cheese is melted. So we're going to make our rolls. First I'm going to put mustard and mayo on the buns. Look at that stretchy cheese. Hey fam, this is D with Everyday Living with C&D, and we're on our journey to our first goal, which is 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to show you a recipe that you can make quick for your family, friends, and loved ones, and it's going to be chili cheese dogs today. So I'm going to show you everything that we need for the recipe. So you're going to need some hot dog buns. You're going to need Franks. I'm going to use beef Franks, the bun length ones. You're going to need deli sliced cheese. You're going to need chili. We're using canned chili today. This is the only canned chili that we use. It's the Campbell's chunky chili with beans. You're going to need some mustard and mayo, whichever one, or both if you like both for your family. And then we're going to try out these Sonic Tots today. We've never tried them before, but we're going to test them out. And then you're going to need onion. I already cut up onion, so here's the onion that I cut. Everybody, so here's our tots. I'm gonna open these and I'm just gonna make them in the oven. I'm not gonna fry them today. I'm just gonna put them on a cookie sheet and I have it lined here with parchment paper, and I'm gonna cook them in the oven. You're gonna need to cook them in the oven on 425. It says 18 to 20 minutes for half bag, and it says 24 to 26 minutes for the entire bag. I'm just gonna do probably about half. And I'm just gonna line them up on the cookie sheet on our parchment paper. I think that's enough for us. And get them ready to put in the oven, and we'll see how they taste. All right, so I'm just gonna put my chili in the pot. And then on the other eye, I have my griddle pan, and I have my franks starting to cook on this side. So we're gonna let that start heating up, and we'll let our franks do the same. All right, so our hot dogs are starting to cook. We just wanna get a nice brown on the outside of them, so I'm just gonna cook them for a while. You might need to do them for about 10 minutes. And then on the other side, our chili is starting to heat up, so I'm just gonna give it a stir. Make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. And you can cook them on about medium high to high. I'm cooking them on about 6 on ours, and the same thing with the chili. You can cook that at about a medium. I'm gonna do that one at about 5. Stir the chili again, and then we're gonna start turning our hot dog. And that's what we want. We want to get those nice brown lines all around the entire hot dog. So you're gonna just keep flipping it like this. Okay, I'm just gonna turn my eye on this side with the chili down. Turn it down to about a 4. All right, it's smelling good in here. We have that nice char on our dogs. We like to have a nice dark char on ours on each side. If you don't like that, you can turn yours down, but we're gonna continue to char ours because we like that nice char on them. And I'm just gonna flip it to each side. I'm gonna flip this one over here. It's smelling real good in here. Ooh, that smells nice. And I'm gonna turn my chili down to low, because now we just want to keep it warm. And the same thing for our dogs. They have the nice char on each side. So we're gonna go ahead and turn them down to low as well. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and turn them off and just let them stay here. All right, so our tops are ready. We're just gonna take those out of the oven and place them on top of the stove. All right, so we're ready to put our chili cheese dogs together. So I have a pan here. I'm gonna put my hot dog buns down in the pan. Gonna open them up. I have a total of 4 here, but if you have a lot, you can do a bigger pan. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my mayo and mustard down in there first. Oops. All right, just a little mayo, more mustard. One. All right, so now we're gonna add our chili. In each one. I'm gonna add a little bit more. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna add mustard to the top, on top of the chili. And then we're gonna put our cheese slices on top. Actually, I'm gonna tuck it in a little bit so it can go on each individual one. So I'll just tuck it a little bit so that they won't get stuck to each other. There we go. I'm gonna take the cheese and I'm gonna tear these in half and add a little bit more to a few of these so that they can have extra cheese on them. Well, all of them, actually. Here and here. All right, and then I'm gonna put them in the oven and heat the cheese, or melt the cheese. Our cheese is melting. It looks good. Okay, our cheese is melted. Our chili cheese dogs are done, so we're getting ready to pull them out of the oven. It looks good. It smells nice. Boom, baby, boom. Go ahead and pull these out. And put these on top of the stove. All right, so here's our finished chili cheese dog. Boom, baby, boom. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out. And the cheese is melted, so we wanna make sure that it's not sticking to the other ones. I'm gonna take it out from this end. There we go. I'm gonna turn it so you guys can see it. And here's another one. And this is gonna be my husband, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the onion on top, because he likes onion on his. How much you want? Pretty good amount. All right, so that's the onion on top of his. And then if you have anybody who likes more mustard and more mayo, you can add that on top as well if you want to add more.
I want to add some jalapenos on there.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna add some jalapenos on for my husband on his.
Shaboom. Yeah, these are looking delicious. Oh man, I can't wait to tear into this.
All right, so we're gonna add our Sonic tater tots. And by the way, guys, they taste pretty good, so try them out. Let me know what you think.
Let me get one. Well, good. If y'all can understand what I just said, it tastes good.
All right, so here's our chili cheese dogs and tater tots. So everyone, please subscribe to our video so that we can continue to make these videos. Like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see you in the next video. So today we're going to do the ribs in the oven. So we're gonna do like an Asian marinade on them. We're going to use Lori's sesame ginger marinade. We're gonna use some mustard. We're going to use allspice. A little bit of teriyaki. We're going to use some Asian 5-spice seasoning. Onion powder. Garlic powder. kosher salt. Black pepper. And a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. I'll also use a little bit of ground mustard and brown sugar. Okay, everyone, this is pork loin baby back ribs. I've already cleaned them with vinegar and water and dried them. So we're gonna start by taking off the membrane first. So I'm gonna put a little cut down here at the end. Just to get it loose from the back of the ribs. Now I'm going to try to take a paper towel and grab the end of it so I can just pull it off. And the paper towel just helps me grip it. Okay, so only half of the membrane came off, so I'm gonna go back with my paper towel and grab the other end and grip it and then pull that part off as well. And you might have to do this a couple of times if it doesn't come off all in one piece. One more little piece if I can grab that. All right, there we go, the last little piece. Okay, everyone, now that I've removed the membrane off of the back, if there's some little fatty pieces that you want to remove, you can remove those. Some people like to leave the fat on. If it's not too much, I just leave it. So now I'm going to flip them over. There's a little bit of fat right here on this side. I'm going to remove that. And it's pretty tender, so I can just remove it with my hands. I want to leave some of the fat, and I don't want to remove all of it. I'm going to trim that little piece. Okay, I see another little piece that I want to trim the fat. Okay. Okay, we're going to start seasoning on the back first. We already have our mustard on, so let's start with our kosher salt. And you're just going to lightly salt it. You don't want it to be too salty. Then we're going to do our pepper. And you may as well season both sides before you flip. This entire side with everything before you flip it. That way you won't have to go back and forth. We're going to do our Montreal steak seasoning. Put a little bit more. Our onion powder. Our garlic powder. We're going to do our allspice. And a little bit of the 5 spice. The 5 spice has a very distinctive taste, so you don't want to put too much on there. A little bit of our ground mustard, and not too much since we've already put regular mustard on it. A little bit of smoked paprika. A little bit of teriyaki. Our marinade. and some brown sugar. And if you want to, you can take it and rub all of this in to make sure that every part is coated. How beautiful that looks. All right, now we're gonna flip our ribs over. Now we're going to season our front side. So we're gonna start again with our salt. Some pepper. I'm gonna put a little bit more pepper on this side. We're going to do our Montreal steak. Onion powder. Garlic powder. A little bit of smoked paprika. Ground mustard. Allspice. 5-spice. I'm going to add a little bit of our mesquite seasoning on the front of this one, just to give it a little smokiness. Even though it's an Asian flavor, we're gonna add a little bit of the mesquite, especially since we're doing it in the oven. Okay, our teriyaki. Our marinade. And last, our brown sugar. All right. So again, on this side, we're going to pack it all in. Make sure it's all covered. And I put the foil down so that we could just season and wrap it up in the foil, because this is the foil that's going to be baked in. All right. Okay, everyone, now we have our ribs in the pan. We're going to leave the foil open. We're going to put it in the oven at 285 for about 2 hours. But we're going to leave it open. So put it in the oven just like this. We're going to put our pan in the oven. All right, everyone, here are the ribs after they've been cooking for about 2 hours in the oven. So now I'm just gonna take my silicone brush and take some of this marinade and sauce and kind of brush them over. And then after I brush them over, oh, they smell so good. Okay, this time when I close the foil on them, I'm going to turn the oven up to 350. We'll close the foil, bake them at 350 for another hour. They look beautiful. Look at that. All right, guys, so we're gonna get them covered up and get them back into the oven, and we'll check them in another hour. the other end. There we go. All right, everyone, here are our completed ribs. We've taken them out of the oven, and let's go ahead and cut one so you guys can take a look. Okay, we're gonna flip them over so we can cut them. You guys can take a look. All right, everyone, here are our complete pork loin baby back ribs. And again, these are Asian inspired. Like, subscribe, and comment on our channel and let us know what you think. Prepared for the 4th of July. My husband's gonna put them on the pit, so I'm getting ready to get them seasoned up so that he can go ahead and get them put on the pit. So I'm gonna show everybody my seasonings first. So we're gonna do garlic powder, garlic salt. I'm gonna do a little bit of Creole seasoning, kosher salt, mesquite seasoning, and I'm also gonna do a little bit of teriyaki sauce. And then I have some smoked paprika, onion powder, Montreal steak seasoning. I use this on pretty much everything. Coarse ground black pepper, and a little bit of meat tenderizer. Okay, so first I'm gonna line my pan with foil, because he wants the ribs put in foil. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay that down now so that when I season them, they'll already be ready to wrap. Okay, everybody, here are our ribs. So we have pork ribs. Last night I put mustard and a little bit of teriyaki sauce on them just so they can marinate in there a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more teriyaki. And this is a thicker teriyaki, so I'm gonna brush it in. I just want to add a little bit on these. All right, so we're gonna start with our coarse kosher salt. Our ground black pepper. Do a little of the meat tenderizer. And I just put the meat tenderizer on lightly. Montreal steak. Onion powder. Smoked paprika. Our mesquite seasoning. Little of the garlic salt. And garlic powder. And I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of my Creole seasoning as well. All right, so that was the back side of our ribs. Now we're gonna turn them over and do the front side as well. Okay, everybody, so here's our teriyaki on the front side. I'm just gonna brush that in like I did the other side. And then we're gonna do our seasonings. So again, we have our kosher salt. Our ground black pepper. And you can do the ground black pepper as heavy as you want to. That makes a good rub for them anyway. Do a little bit of the meat tenderizer. Our Montreal steak. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Mesquite seasoning. Smoked paprika. And you don't have to do these in any particular order. However you want to do it. Garlic salt. And a little bit of the Creole. And if you have a little brown sugar at home, you can do that as well, right before you wrap them up and close the foil. All right, so now that they're all seasoned up, I'm just gonna wrap them in this foil so that he can take them out to the pit. And if you're not using heavy duty foil, you might want to double wrap them to make sure that it's strong enough. we go. I hope everyone enjoys. Here's a big spoon for you guys. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, this is C, and welcome to Everyday Living with C and D. And today I am taking over the reins, and I'm going to show you guys how to make some old-fashioned Texas-style peach cobbler that I'll tell you the story. My mom's caregiver taught me how to make in 15 minutes. So I'm going to show you how to make some down-home country-style Texas peach cobbler. It's so good. You only need a couple ingredients, and this thing is smacking. All right, so I want you guys to tune in and watch me as I make this peach cobbler. I'm telling my wife to move out the way, and today I'm making this peach cobbler, and it's going down H-Town style. Are you guys ready? This is a beginner-friendly recipe. Don't mind the shades, but it's about to go down. So let me tell you everything you need for this recipe. All right, guys, so if you're a beginner and you want to make some slamming peach cobbler, this is it. You can make it in 15 minutes. I was told I could do it, and I had never made it before. And sure enough, I did it, and it went down, and the peach cobbler was slamming. My wife loves it and requests it every year. So let's get into the ingredients. All right, everyone. So are you ready to make this? Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need some heavy syrup peaches in the can. You don't need to have some fresh peaches because, once again, this is beginner friendly, and we are making 15-minute peach cobbler that tastes like you was in the kitchen for an hour. All right, so you're gonna get that. I'm gonna need you to get 2 sticks of your unsalted or your salted sweet cream butter, and we gotta have the vanilla extract. Adams is the preferable one. It's the preference, but also this works really good, this Mexican vanilla extract. All right, you can use that. The next thing you want to get is this ground nutmeg. Make sure you have that. And then we need some allspice, okay? Make sure you guys get allspice. And we also want some cinnamon. But guess what? I don't have cinnamon, so if you have some pumpkin spice, you can substitute that. And that tastes really good, and it has cinnamon in it. It's still gonna be slamming, guys, all right? Next thing you need is some white sugar, and then we're gonna use some frozen deep dish pie crust, all right? So make sure you guys get the Pillsbury deep dish pie crust. All right, you wanna get 2 in the pan. You're gonna use 1 for the top and 1 for the bottom. All right, so let's get started on this peach cobbler. It's going down. All right, everybody. Okay, so you're gonna need a pot around this size. Okay, so get your pot ready. I want y'all to follow along with me. All right, you can go and get you some black gloves too. All right, so put your peaches with all of that good deep syrup in the pot, and make sure you have the black gloves because you got to have the black gloves. All right, so I need you to get a spoon and mix it around. Put your burner on medium, okay? But we're going to eventually turn it up to medium high to get that boil going. So stir it around, get a little heat going to it. All right, everybody. So let's get our peaches warm. And while our peaches are getting warm, the first thing we're going to do is grab this butter, okay? So we're gonna take 1 stick of butter. We're only making 1 peach cobbler, so we may only need 1 stick of butter. Let's see how it looks once we get to putting it in there. But we're gonna take this 1 stick, all right? This is how she told me how to do it, and drop it in there, okay? Bite, like emerald. All right, so we wanna Mix it up. And now we're going to turn the heat up a little bit to like medium high. Because now we're going to need this butter to break down. And we want to get a good boil going to break down this butter. So you're going to continue to stir. And while that's going, you'll see we got a little peach cobbler roux starting to formulate. That's how you know this thing is about to be good. Alright, so I'm going to get this, as you can see, this butter is starting to break down. Alright, looking good. And now we're going to start to put in this good brown sugar, about a cup. Okay, so about a cup of this brown sugar. And I like my peach cobbler to have a nice brown sugar flavor. And now you'll see that color starting to darken up, and it's starting to look like peach cobbler, guys. It's smelling good already. And let's take it back down to medium. We don't want to burn our peaches. Okay. All right, let's move this over on the burner. And oh, look at that color. What you're looking for is this color right here. And listen to that bubble. All right. That's your peach cobbler forming right there. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get us some of this good old cane sugar. We're going to kind of eyeball it. You can do a cup if you want, but you don't want it too sweet where your teeth hurt. Or like you're drinking some of that hood Kool-Aid. So, I'm going to stir it up. All right. Now I'm telling you guys, this is going to be so good. Look at the roux of this peach cobbler. Look at this juice. Peach is looking good, and we want them to get a little tender. And also, while this is going on, we want to put our stove on 400. That's the preheat for the Pillsbury crust that we have. So just follow the directions of your crust. All right, so I'm using this big spoon here. We don't need that amount. We can get a teaspoon, and let's do about one. This is the vanilla extract, guys. 2. Let's do 2 of this, okay? This is the Adam's Best. And then, while that's bubbling up, we're going to put a little of this Mexican vanilla extract in there as well. A teaspoon of that. Okay. All right. Bam. So you'll notice that it's starting to bubble up, get that roux. We can turn it down a little bit under medium, but man, it's smelling good. All right, so we're almost finished, guys. It's that fast. The last is to add your spice, okay? And if you got your vanilla, I want you to go in and put your vanilla in. We're just gonna put a little nutmeg, not too much. You don't want a lot of nutmeg because it will overpower it. So a little shakes. Okay, so the majority of your flavor should come from your allspice. Put that in there, shake it up. You don't want to do no more than that. And then you would throw in your cinnamon. Okay? And this is, I'm using pumpkin spice as a substitute for my cinnamon. Just a little bit. Couple dashes. Boom. All right. So if you look now, you can smell all those peach cobbler flavors in the air. Smell like the holidays. I'm ready for some bluebell vanilla. Yes, I said bluebell. Bluebell vanilla. So you take a little spoon, and then you want to taste your flavor, and then you would season to taste. So if you need a little extra something, you'll do that then. Guys, this peach cobbler tastes so good. Oh, we didn't even put it. Oh God. So we're gonna turn it off because we ready. And I'm gonna let my wife get a little taste because this thing is bubbling. And she'll let me know if I need some flavor. But stir it around. Don't let it scorch. Let's take it off. What it tastes like?
Oh my gosh, that's delicious.
All right, it's about to go down. So y'all stay. I'm about to bring out the crust, and we about to put it down in this kitchen with this 15-minute peach cobbler. Bam! So grab your Pillsbury or whichever kind you get. You can use Parade. I don't care. But you want the deep dish pie crust. It's still gonna be slamming, okay? Because I made it with Parade when I was broke. All right, so here we go. It's still gonna be good, guys. I need you to look at the directions. If it say 400, preheat to 400. Okay. And then we're gonna grab one of these pie crusts. All right, make sure your oven is preheated. So we got 2. 1, 2. One's for the top and one's for the bottom. All right, let's take a look and see which one looks the best. And they're both looking pretty good because they usually you can get something that's tore up from the floor up. If you get some Parade, they might be a little toe up. All right, and you might have to fix them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the one with the ice on the bottom for the bottom, just because I feel like it'll be easier for me to put this one on top. Okay, so let your mixture cool down. All right, now make sure that your mixture is cooled down some. You don't want it to be boiling at this point. So it's still gonna be hot. I mean, if you got time to let it sit for 10-15 minutes, you can do that as well. All right, guys. And I am cooking in my old school emerald pot. So bam, here we go. You're gonna dip up these peaches. Put them up in there. And I like to get the peaches first. All right. And you want to get all of this peach goodness and put it in your crust. Man, it smells so good. All right, dip it up. All right, and if you like a lot of juice, you're not going to use all this juice now. Some people may. I'm not a big juice person. Do you like a lot of juice, babe?
No, not at all.
All right, so she like more. What do you like more?
I'm more of a peach and crust person, so I don't like that much juice.
All right, so we're gonna get all these peaches, the little baby peaches. I want all the peaches. All right, so once we get that, we're gonna, just kind of even it out across here. You see, we got some juice right here. If you want a little extra juice, we don't want it to be drowning in juice. You can put a little more. And then that's it, guys. We're about to put this thing in this oven and get it popping. Okay, guys. Look at this, man. Now, this extra mixture that you have, you may want to keep it in case you want to make more peaches, more peach cobbler. But right now, what you're going to do is take this one, and this is where the magic is going to happen. I need you to get ready to place it evenly on top, okay? So put it on top, and then you're going to press around. Okay? Press around, and we want to blend it on top, or merge it on top of the pie. All right? Take your spoon. So you might have to take your spoon a little bit and wedge it loose all the way around. Just go all the way around, and then boom. There you go. So now we're going to just merge this crust all around. Seal it. Seal it, seal it, seal it. Seal it around. Seal it. Go all around this thing. And if you want to make it look pretty, go on and do your thing. I like to crease it on the sides and Hey, we good to go. Now, if you like to put cinnamon, sugar on top, all of that, you can take some butter and put it on top. But I don't like cinnamon and sugar on top of mine. I like to just take it like this. So you'll let it fall in, and we're about to put this thing in the oven. See y'all in a minute. All right, family, we're about to put this in the oven, 400 degrees, and the package says for 11 minutes. So we're gonna start with 11 minutes. Get that thing looking pretty. See you in a minute. All right, family, we have taken the peach cobbler out at around 14 minutes. We wanted to have a little crispy of a crust. Now it's looking good. We got that juice bubbling. Man, we're ready for this thing to get popping. I want you to take a little bit of butter and then put it in the microwave and melt it. And then we're gonna come back and slather that on top. All right, so this is the time if you have the cinnamon and brown sugar, if you want to sprinkle some on top, you can put it in your butter mixture. I don't want that on mine. I'm just going to put a little bit. Look at that, guys. Look at that peach cobbler. Smear that around. Just make that thing pop so good. All right, we're just going to put a little bit to coat it. And to make that thing sit while it's hot. You want to make sure you have the little brown edges so that you can have that crispy crust. And bam, this is our 15-minute peach cobbler. It's looking good. We're going to take it over to the counter and get this thing ready to eat. All right, so we have made this peach cobbler in about 15 minutes. This is that Texas style peach cobbler. The crust is hard. It's moist in the middle, guys, and we about to dig in. We got all this bubbly sauce. So I'm going to show you guys. We're going to take the scoop right here. We're going to dig in a piece right here, and look at that, just bubbling. Just bubbling. And we're going to get some of this smoking good. We're going to get some of this peaches. We got the good syrup in here. Get your peaches right here. Make sure you get all that pie crust. Get this from the side. Bam! You got your peach cobbler. All right, guys. So now we're going to get some butter pecan ice cream. I know we like bluebell, but we're going to put that on top. And man, look at this peach cobbler. So good. So good. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you try this recipe and it's slamming to you, let me know your thoughts. If you make a better peach cobbler, let me know. But this is the beginner-friendly peach cobbler. It takes about 15 minutes. You only need a couple of ingredients, and it's slamming. So thank y'all for watching Everyday Living with C and D. All right, so family, this is the beginner-friendly peach cobbler. Never said I was a chef, but I told you my mom's caregiver showed me how to make this, and it's slamming. I make it every year. And all you beginners out there who want to make some slamming peach cobbler, I want you guys to try this recipe. All right, so I'm about to go in, tell you what it, man, look at this. Look at this crust. Look at these peaches. Look at this juice. And I got some Haagen-Dazs. We're about to try this thing out right now, guys. I usually do vanilla, but butter pecan is going to work for today. Look at that. Look at that. And I'm about to eat. Oh. Man, this is jamming. It's slamming. It's going down. Oh, man. This is the best one yet. Yeah, y'all got to try this. Oh, yeah. This is about to turn into a mukbang. Yep. That's it. Tell me what y'all think about this. See y'all later. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will bring more recipes like this if you guys subscribe. All right? Thank y'all for tuning in. And like my boy Emmer used to say, bye.
Everyday Living with C and D, and welcome to our channel. I just want to give a shout out to our new subscribers and say hello to all of the people who are watching for the first time. So I want to show you a easy recipe. This is going to be a copycat of zuppa toscana from Olive Garden. So I'm going to show you everything that you need for the recipe, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I love soup, and my favorite soup from Olive Garden is zuppa toscana.
And it's off the hook. It tastes real good. Actually, it's better than Olive Garden.
Okay, so let me go ahead and show you everything that we need for this recipe. So you're going to need Italian sausage. I usually choose the spicy one, but they don't have the hot, or they didn't have the hot right now. So I went with mild, but you can make it a little spicy on your own. You're going to need Parmesan cheese. You're going to need garlic. You're going to need onion. You're going to need chicken broth. You're going to need heavy cream. You're going to need water. You're going to need kale, potatoes diced, and you're going to need, I'm going to show you the seasonings that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use a little bit of crushed red pepper, complete seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, pink Himalayan sea salt. I'm going to put a little bit of this chicken bouillon in there to add a little bit more flavor. And you're going to need black pepper. And for the heavy cream, you're going to need a cup of heavy cream, and for the water, you're going to need 4 cups. For your chicken broth, you'll need about 48 ounces. So I have this one, which is 32 ounces, and I'm going to add another can to it. Okay, so first we're going to start browning our ground pork, or our Italian sausage. Let me take this off. I have a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of my Dutch oven. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start breaking our Italian sausage up and browning it. And you just want to take your wooden spoon or whatever you're using to break it up, and break it up as you're cooking it. Okay, so I like to season my meat while it's cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning it. So this is going to be the pink Himalayan sea salt, black pepper, and I'm just going to put extra black pepper in here, especially since this is mild Italian sausage. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Complete. Ooh, a little extra. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the crushed red pepper in there. And good, this is soup. So you can add water if you need to. And I'm just going to continue breaking that apart as it's cooking. Let me turn my fire down a little bit. There we go. Oh, it's smelling good in here already. Okay, everybody, so my ground pork is brown, so I'm going to transfer it to a paper towel lined plate. Look how beautiful that is. All right, everyone, so I've already moved my pork over to a paper towel lined plate. Now you're going to leave all of that goodness down in there because you want that in your soup. So I'm going to go ahead and add the onions. And you can use a medium-sized onion. I'm going to add garlic. I'm just going to saute that. Okay, so after you've sauteed your onion and garlic for about a minute or so, you're gonna go ahead and start adding your liquids in. So first I'm gonna add in my broth. So that's 32 ounces of broth. I'm gonna add another can. So I'm gonna add that as well. And then I'm gonna add 4 cups of water as well. I'm going to add the bouillon now, and it's chicken bouillon, and that just gives it a little bit more flavor. All right, everyone, so we're just waiting for our soup base to start to boil. I'm gonna add a little bit of Zatarain's Creole seasoning in it. This is what I use as my seasoned salt, so I'm gonna add a little bit of that in there. And you just wanna season it to taste. Hey everyone, so my soup is about to start boiling, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the potatoes now and give them enough time to cook. And make sure that you stay to the end of this video so that you can see how everything comes out. So now I'm gonna add the potatoes. And that's about 6 potatoes. I like to cut mine in different sizes because we like big bites, we like small bites. So I like to cut the potatoes into different sizes. So if you wanna just dice them, you can do that. But I like to make some of them a little smaller than others, so that we can have different sizes. So I'm stirring those in. And then I'm going to let these cook for about 14 minutes. You want to cook them as long as they need to be cooked to be pierced with a fork. So when you pierce them with a fork and they start to fall apart or the fork goes straight through, then they're done. So while our soup is cooking or our potatoes is cooking, I'm gonna show you how to make garlic bread to go along with your soup. First, I'm gonna show you the wine that we're drinking. We're drinking Chardonnay today. Our choice for today is Highway 12 Chardonnay. It's really good. We got it at Specs, but I'm pretty sure you can find it at your local liquor store. But yeah, it's really good. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to make garlic bread to go with your soup. So all you're gonna need, we just had these leftover hoagies from Philly cheesesteak. So I'm gonna use those to make it. You can do it with Texas toast. You can do it with all kinds of bread. If you have buns, you can do it with that as well. So let me show you. All you're gonna need is a few ingredients. You're gonna need some butter. I'm gonna use the soft butter for this one. You're going to need some garlic salt. And this one is the garlic salt with parsley. It's Lawry's. And then you're gonna need some paprika. I'm gonna use smoked paprika. That's all you need. And you're gonna take the butter and spread it on there. And I took my butter out a little while ago so it can get really soft. So you're just gonna spread the butter all over the inside. So once you spread your butter on them generously, then you're gonna go over each one with the garlic salt. And you're just gonna lightly sprinkle it. You're not gonna put too much because you don't want it to be salty. Just a light sprinkle. And you're gonna follow that with the paprika. And this comes out just like the garlic bread when you buy it at the store that already has the butter and season on there. It comes out just like that. And there you are. So with this one, after you finish putting the season on, you just put it under the broiler for a few minutes. So make sure you put it under the broiler and watch it. Don't let it burn. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, beautiful. All right, so now you're gonna add your ground pork back in. And you're gonna add in your kale. Go ahead and stir all of that in. Look how beautiful that looks. You can see the areas where it's already boiling. You're gonna add your cup of heavy cream. And stir that in. Look how beautiful that color is now. So you're gonna stir that in and then give it a few minutes to boil. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my broiler to start, I'm gonna show you guys. So look how beautiful that is. You have your kale, you have your ground pork, you have your potatoes. And I like to have mine full like this. I don't like it to be like a really thin soup. You want it to be hearty and you want it to have a lot of potato and pork and kale in there. Look how beautiful that is. And it smells so good in here. So while our soup is coming to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and do shredded Parmesan. So this is gonna go on the top of our soup when we're done. And you can also put some on your bread if you'd like. I'm using our Prepology. Believe it or not, I got this from QVC a couple of years ago during the holidays, but it just makes it easier for you to shred things, dice things, cut things. You can do everything on this, and it comes with different attachments that you add on to there. Take the freshly grated Parmesan that we just grated, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on our bread. All right, everyone, so we have our bread under the broiler. It's already starting to melt the cheese, so I'm gonna close it and broil it for a few minutes. And here's our bread from the broiler. The cheese is melted. Look how beautiful that is. And that's easy bread to go with your soup from scratch. Okay, everyone, so look at our finished soup. You have your zuppa toscana made at home. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the bowl and put it with our bread so we can see our finished product.
Man, it looks and smells delicious. I'm ready to eat this thing.
All right, so let's go ahead and get it in the bowl. Make sure I get a lot of everything. The potato, the kale, the sausage. And then I'll put the liquid in after that.
Oh man.
Look at that. Okay, everybody, look at this beautiful soup. So the last thing that you need to do is sprinkle some of the fresh grated Parmesan on top. Add a little bit more. And then we're gonna add our bread. And here is your zuppa toscana. Look how beautiful. I've already tasted it, it's delicious. I want you to try this recipe and let us know how you like it. Like, share, subscribe to our channel. We're still trying to get to the goal of 1,000 subscribers. So just let us know how you like the recipe. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for watching our channel and our video. Perfect pairing. See you in the next video.
Boom, bam! Welcome to Everyday Living with C and D. And today we are making some down home I'm going to say that country style chili. So are you a beginner and you want to make some great chili? I know the type that you want to slap somebody. Well, bam! I'm here to make some homemade chili for you. Now, all right, I'm going to tell you everything you need for this chili. So y'all get ready and watch this video and watch to the end so you can see the results of this booming, jamming, slamming chili. Bam! All right, everybody. So my mama loved chili and she always made it. I mean, several times a year we would have some good old two-alarm chili. So that's where I got my love from chili from. And I'm going to show you guys how to make it from scratch though, okay? So we're going to make some Texas-style chili and this is dedicated to my mom. All right, so you're going to need some tomato sauce. You're going to need some diced tomatoes, all right? Italian seasoning. And what type of beans do we have here? Pinto beans. We're going to need some good purple onion. We're going to need the black beans because this is about to go down. We're going to need some salt, chili powder, paprika. What do we have here?
Onion powder.
Onion powder, onion.
Garlic powder.
Garlic powder, all right. Cumin. And then this is optional, guys. If you want to get this is the red pepper or the cayenne pepper, all right? And make sure you get you some cheese. We're going to need some Kobe Monterey Jack cheese. Okay. And then also make sure you get, this is the 3 cheese cheddar. All right. And that's for you to put it on top. That's optional. And then we always love some sour cream, man. Want to hit it with a dollop. Bam! All right. And then you can use ground beef. You're going to need 2 pounds of ground beef. Or you can use, what we're using today is Angus beef stew meat. We're going to use Angus beef stew meat, okay? Got this from Sprouts. But what I want you guys to do is to take your meat and put the tenderizer on it, okay? So tenderize it so that if you do use the stew meat, you want it to be tender and soft and melt in your mouth. But if you're using ground beef, you're good to go. But we did tenderize this overnight because we want our stew meat to be hidden. All right, so let's get started with this Texas style chili. Boom, bam! All right, guys, so we're gonna make the stew meat a little smaller. So just get your kitchen shears, or if you have a knife, you can slice it and just cut it into smaller pieces like this. And you can do it before you drop it in, but I'm just showing you guys an example. All right, boom, bam, guys. We are ready to put our meat in. So we're going to throw in the stew meat or your ground beef. Throw it in. I put in a little canola oil. And let's brown this meat up, all right? All right, guys, so listen to that stew meat sizzle. Now, if you have ground beef, I do not want you to put any oil into your skillet. Just put your ground beef directly in there. We do not want any oily ground beef because ground beef makes its own juice. All right, so we're going to stir this thing around. Get the sizzle going. And what we're doing right now is just browning this stew meat. All right, and put it on about 5. All right, and look at that smoke. That's what we're looking for. Put your temp on about 5. All right. And make sure you have tenderized it. So the goal is to let this cook to where this is tender and you can get it through the meat. So right now it's still a little tough, so we're gonna cook this down. All right. So let's let it cook for around 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll come back with the next ingredients. Now, since we want to get this meat, the stew meat here, a little more tender, you see right here. So you're gonna go on, if you have, add your tenderizer to it. So let's add a little more meat tenderizer to this. Bam, bam, bam. And make sure you get the tenderizer that doesn't have any seasoning. So unseasoned tenderizer, because if you get the seasoned tenderizer, it will be salty, okay? So unseasoned meat tenderizer, guys. All right, so drain your meat. If you got that ground beef, you definitely want to drain it. but we're using a good old Texas style chuck roast stew meat. It's going down. So I need you to get your tomato sauce, which is a 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Pour that in. Bam! Then I need you to get your, 15 ounces or 14.5 ounces of diced tomatoes and pour that entire can in. Okay? And keep your temp on 5, man. It's about to go down. Stir it around. All right. And then you're going to get 2 cups of water. And starting off, we're going to put in about a cup. All right, let's start off with a cup. Stir it around. And this is your base. Now, we can go in and put in the rest. All right. And stir it in. All right. So we want to start to get like a little bubble. So turn it up to like medium high. And then we're going to come back and we're going to start adding in your seasonings once this starts to bubble. But we want to get a little bubble in. We want to start to make this thicken up just a little bit. And then we're going to come back and make this Texas style chili. So for the ones who like your chili a little thicker, you can get some masa flour. I just have all-purpose flour. And you want to bring it to a slight boil. So you're going to turn it up to high and sprinkle just a little bit of chili. A couple sprinkles across there. All right, and that's going to thicken up your chili a little bit. Stir it around with your spoon. And make sure that you have it boiling because we got to boil those clumps out. All right, turn it up. We're going to put the top on. And then we're going to let that boil. Make sure that that boils for about 10 to 15 minutes. Got our rolling ball going. As you can see, the flour is starting to disintegrate. That's what you want to do. Now we're going to add in our beans. All right, guys, so if you got your pinto beans here, I want you to wash them under the water and then drain them. And then you're going to add 1 can of pinto beans. All right. Then remember, this is Texas style chili. You're going to add 1 can of black beans. Okay, stir it around. Get everything in there. And now we're going to build our chili. So I want you to grab your chili powder. This is one of the main components that gives it that chili taste. And I need you to just pour it in there, guys. So I know if you don't like spice, but you're going to need at least about 4 to 5 tablespoons because this is homemade chili. All right. And you'll start to see that color to come in. Stir it around. And you'll start, and make sure you have your heat on 5. And you'll start to smell that chili powder taste, which is kind of strong. Mix that in there. Then I want you to grab your garlic powder. Okay. And then we're going to add about 5 to 6 shakes up in there. Or this would be probably around 4 to 5 tablespoons. I want you to grab your onion powder as well. And add about 4 to 5 shakes as well. Boom. All right, and then your cumin. Make sure you have some cumin, and then bam, hit it. Like Emma used to say, bam, hit it about 3 to 4 shakes. Bam, of the cumin, because the cumin is good. It gives it that good flavor. Gonna stir it around, and now you're gonna see that good Texas chili start to come together, smelling good. Yeah. Look at that, guys, coming together so beautifully. All right. Now, I need you to get you some smoked paprika, or we can do with the regular paprika, but the smoked, that's one of my favorites. We're going to do about 4 or 5 shakes of that. Boom. Boom, bam, like Emerald said. We're going to do a little Italian seasoning, but preferably oregano. Okay? So add your oregano. And give me about 5 big shakes of oregano. Boom, 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 boom. Like that Italian seasoning flavor to my chili. Boom, 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 boom. But I want you guys to get ready for our special treat. This is my secret ingredient that makes the chili go down even further. we're gonna add some bay leaves to this thing. Boom, bam. And then with this, next we're gonna have to get us some salt. All right. So I'm gonna use this pink salt, Himalayan, and then I'm gonna do this thing, and we're gonna drop it in here. All right. And you can use regular salt as well. Season to taste with the salt. Okay. For the people who like spice. If you got that cayenne pepper, this is that cayenne. Yes, sir. If you like spice, then you're going to hit them with that cayenne right now. I'm going to put it just a little sprinkle because my wife, she does not like cayenne. And I typically add this on when I'm getting ready to eat. All right. So now this chili is coming together, guys. It's smelling so good. It smells delicious and nutritious. Smelling like you want to smack somebody. So at this point, we want this chili to simmer. All right, so we're going to turn it down to about a little under medium. And then we're going to put the top on and let this thing cook for about 20 minutes. And I'll see you guys in a minute.
Hey everyone, this is Dee. So we're simmering the chili on low for about 15 minutes. I'm going to get some rice started while that is simmering. So this is jasmine rice. I've already washed it. This is a rice washer. So after I wash my rice, I'm going to put salt in the pot, and then I'm going to add my rice to the pot with the salt. This is 1 cup of rice. Now with this 1 cup of rice, I'm going to also add 2 cups of water. So anytime you make rice, a lot of people use rice cookers, but I'm going to use a pot. That's what I always use. So anytime you have 1 cup of rice, you're going to double that. So in this pot, I have 1 cup of rice. I'm going to add 2 cups of water. If you have 2 cups of rice, you're going to add 4 cups of water. So you're just going to always double it. I'm going to turn my eye on. I'm going to turn it up high because I just want to get it to a rolling boil to start. Okay, everybody. So once your rice starts to boil like this, you're going to turn it all the way down to low. You're going to turn it on low and you're going to put the top on it. Now, this top, I have several tops, but this particular top doesn't have holes in it like some of my others. I'm going to lean it to the side a little bit so some of that, it can escape. Because if you don't let the steam escape, then it's gonna boil over and it's gonna make a mess on your stove. So you don't want that to happen. You're going to lean your top and create a vent on your own. You're gonna set your timer for 20 minutes. Okay, everyone, so I'm gonna do honey cornbread. I'm using this Prestige honey cornbread. I'm just gonna oil my muffin pan. I'm gonna just pour a little bit of oil in each cup. Normally I use the little baking cups. You can use foil or the regular paper ones, but I don't have those, so I'm gonna pour a little bit of the canola into each one. Okay, so with this mix, you're gonna need 1 egg. You need a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil or melted butter. I'm gonna use canola, and then you're gonna need a 1/2 cup of milk. So I'm gonna crack my egg. So here's my 1 egg. And I'm going to go ahead and put my milk. That's a 1/2 cup. And I'm going to put my oil. That's a 1/3 cup. So I'm going to add my cornbread mix. And I'm just going to mix it all up. And you're going to mix it up well. So stir, stir, stir until you get everything mixed up well. And if you have buttermilk, you can do buttermilk as well, or whatever milk you have or you prefer to use. You're just going to scoop it, and you're going to pour it into each one like this. And if you get some on there, it's okay. You can always go back and clean it up.
Now we got our stew meat right there. And we're just going to continue to cook this chili down because we want to get that meat tenderized, all right? So just continue to cook, but it's smelling so good. It's smelling so nice. continue to cook it on low, and we're going to do another 15 minutes and come back to that. So while that's going, I want you guys to come over here and look at the lovely rice that you should have been making. My wife has had this rice on for 15 minutes. So we're going to continue to cook it. Look at that, guys. If it's a little watery, you got a little water on there, you can cook it for a couple more minutes. But the rice is looking beautiful.
You see how nice that rice looks? You don't need a rice cooker to cook rice. You can use a pot.
All right, everybody. Everything is looking good and delicious. Bam! And the chili is tasty. We're going to go on and construct our chili right now. We got this good cornbread. We got this rice. And we got this chili. And it's about to go down, all right? Grab you some of this rice. Put it in your bowl. I like a lot of rice in my bowl. All right. Then we're going to come over here and grab us some of the chili. All right. This is a good chili. And just put it on top. Yes, the good stuff. Yes, sir. Folks, we're going to hit it with the cheese. Then we're going to hit it with the 3 cheese. Like Emerald say, bam! If you want to go and hit it with the sour cream. Yes, sir. And if you want some purple onions, chop those up and throw them on right now. Thanks for tuning in to Everyday Living with C and D. And I'm about to tear into this chili. Guys, I want you to try this Texas style chili that I made. It's about to go down. So let me go in and get a spoon here and see what it be like. All right, let's see what's going down. It's looking good. We got the sour cream on here, and we got the cheese. So let me go in and try it out. Oh man, this chili is good. It's going down again. Oh man, it slapped your mama good. Oh, it's jamming, it's slamming. Yeah, man, it's some good stuff. You got that spice to it, sour cream. Yeah. That chili, 3 cheese blend, and then that good jasmine rice. Oh man, and I got that cayenne pepper on top. This is some good stuff. Yeah. Y'all try this recipe out and tell me what you're thinking about it. This is definitely it. Peace.
Hey fam, welcome to Everyday Living with C and D. So we're going to make a quick breakfast of French toast and bacon. So I'm just going to show you what you need really quickly. You're going to need 2 eggs. You're going to need a 1/2 cup of milk. You're going to need, I'm going to do pumpkin spice or pumpkin pie spice. You can do just regular cinnamon if you'd like, and nutmeg. Syrup, vanilla extract, butter, and then I have my bacon here. You're also going to need your French bread. Okay, so I already have my oven set to 375, so I'm going to go ahead and start my bacon so that I can get everything else prepared while the bacon is cooking in the oven. So I'm just going to do about 4 slices for us. And I already have my cookie sheet lined. I have it lined with foil and then parchment paper. So here's the bacon, and I get the thick cut bacon from Sprouts Market. All right, so there's our bacon. It's gonna go into the oven. I'm gonna do it at 375 at about 20 minutes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut our French toast or French bread to make the French toast. So I like to cut it in pretty big slices. Just cut it in the slices that you want for your family. But I'm gonna do pretty big slices for ours. All right, so that made us about 7 slices, and this is not the whole loaf. I made some the other day, so one loaf will make more slices if you need more. Okay, everybody, so we're gonna go ahead and start doing our mixture for our French toast. So you're gonna pour in your 1/2 cup of milk. Then you're gonna pour in your 2 eggs. You need 1/4 of a teaspoon of the cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice. I'm doing pumpkin pie spice, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, and here's your 1/4 teaspoon of the spice. I'm gonna do a heaping teaspoon, so I like to put a good amount in there. And then the last thing you'll need is your vanilla. You need 1/2 teaspoon of that. So I'm just gonna pour it, but I'm gonna pour it over, add a little extra in there. All right, so you're gonna then take a fork and blend your mixture together. Make sure that everything is mixed really well. And then you can go around the sides and get all the extra as well. Okay, so I'm gonna take a spoon and get all of my extra pumpkin pie spice off of the sides and make sure that that's mixed in there. You can take a spoon, you can do a silicone spatula, whatever you have. So I'm just gonna take that spoon, get all the extra off and mix that in as well. Okay, so now that our mixture is mixed really well, we're ready to do our French toast. Okay, everyone, so let's go ahead and start frying up our French toast. So I'm gonna add a little bit of canola to my griddle pan. And I'm just gonna add a little bit because I'm gonna use butter to fry it as well. So there's my canola oil, and then I'm gonna add butter as well. So I'm just gonna mix the both of them together so that the French toast can have the butter flavor cooked into it as well. All right, so you're gonna take your first piece of toast or bread. I'm gonna mix this each time I get ready to dip my bread into it, okay? So you're gonna take it and dip one side in, dip it to the other side really quickly. You're gonna do that 2 or 3 times, depending on how much you like. I'm gonna do 3 for this one because I cut them pretty thick. All right, I'm gonna shake off that excess, and then I'm gonna put it in my skillet. And I'm gonna do that with the next piece as well. So that's my second flip and my third. Shake off the excess and place it on your griddle. Now you're gonna cook it on each side for a few minutes. Just make sure that you cook it long enough to where the French toast is cooked thoroughly. The egg part that went into the bread, you wanna make sure that's cooked all the way through. Okay, I'm just gonna check my other side to see. Yeah, I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer. And you can always lift it to check the other side before you flip it over. So I checked that it's not cooked enough for me on that side, so I'm gonna cook it a little bit longer and then we'll flip it to the other side. Okay, everybody, it's been about 15 minutes. I'm gonna check my bacon. Let me turn the timer off. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna look in and check my bacon. I like mine darker, so I'm gonna cook it for another 5 minutes and check it after that. All right, everybody, so the French toast is looking really good on the other side, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. Look how beautiful that is. Now we're gonna cook the other side thoroughly as well. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of that butter and oil and bring it up to the middle, to my toast. So I'm gonna flip it upside down as well so I can get it on both sides. Oh, it smells so good in here. So the reason I'm doing the pumpkin pie spice is because it's a good season to do the pumpkin pie spice. It's not overbearing. It gives your French toast a really good flavor. All right, everybody, so my French toast is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this from the skillet so we can start on our next pieces. Look how beautiful that is. A little bit more butter to my oil. And you can see it's starting to darken a little bit. That's fine. You don't have to worry about taking it off. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter. And then we'll start our next pieces. All right. Gonna get this excess off of here. There we go. I don't want to have too much. Then we'll do our next. I like to do them 2 at a time, but you can do more if you'd like. All right, I'm gonna add again some of that butter and oil over there. And of course your second pieces are gonna cook faster because your skillet is hotter. So I'm gonna check it. Go ahead and flip that over because it cooks much faster. There we go.
That's how I like mine, like that. Looking beautiful.
Well, it's time for us to check our bacon again. So let me take a look at that really quick. Time to take our bacon out. Make sure that that doesn't burn. All right, I'm removing the French toast. Now I'm gonna take my skillet off of the eye and we're gonna take our bacon out. And we want our bacon to be crispy, cooked thoroughly. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bacon from the pan. I like to drain mine on paper towel now to make sure it's not greasy. All right, everybody, so I'm gonna take the bacon out of this grease and put it on a paper towel lined plate. Now, some people like to take this bacon grease that's left over when you pull your bacon out and put it in a jar to save for bacon grease for your next recipes. So I'm gonna put it on a paper towel lined plate, and then I'm gonna put 2 more paper towel on top of it. All right, everybody, so here's our French toast. We're gonna go ahead and plate it. So I'm gonna put butter on the top as I'm plating it. And I already sliced my butter up, so I'm just gonna plate it. and add the butter on as I'm plating it. Here's my last piece. All right, and then I'm gonna add some berries on the side as well. Some strawberries and some blueberries that I had. Oh, hold on top. See how big these jumbo blueberries are? They're huge. I'm gonna put a couple on each one. There we go. And I have some warm syrup here that I warmed up, so let's go ahead and pour that on top as well. Oh, it smells so good. And now we just need to get our bacon to put on the side. All right, everybody, so we're ready to add our bacon on the side as well. So there's our bacon. All right, y'all, we're ready to eat. This looks delicious. It smells delicious. This is a very quick meal for you and your family. Even on a weekday, it'll be a really quick meal for you to make. All right, so thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Like, share, subscribe, and let us know how you like the recipe. See you later. All right, everybody, let me cut a bite for you guys. Put a little syrup on there, a little fruit. There you go. Enjoy. Hey fam, so today we're gonna do Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. It's football season, everybody's doing tailgating and bringing friends and family over. So today we're gonna do Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. I have a drink here, so we'll have a little cocktail while we're doing this video. This is a Whiskey Mule. It's whiskey, ginger beer, and lime. You can use any whiskey. We're using Maker's Mark today. Make sure you make it in a mule cup. If you don't have them, you can do a regular glass, but get some mule cups because it keeps it cold and it just looks nicer. We're almost to 100 subscribers. We want to get to 1,000, but make sure that you keep subscribing to our videos so that we can keep making these awesome videos and keep engaging with us. So I'm going to show you everything that you need for this recipe. So first you're going to need provolone cheese. You're going to need some shredded cheese. You can do, I'm doing triple cheddar, but you can do any shredded cheese that you want to put in them. You need egg roll skins. You need your ribeye steak. You need bell pepper. I'm going to use a red one, but you can use any color. You need onion. You're gonna need egg wash, and the egg wash is just egg and any mixture. You can do milk, you can do water, whatever you have. And then you're gonna need some oil. I'm using canola, but you can use any oil that you wanna fry them in. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and trim our steak. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. And make sure you start with a steak that's really cold. It'll make it easier for you to cut it. So I'm just gonna shred it as thin as I can. Or cut it as thin as I can. Just gonna take your knife and cut it as thin as you can. Let me cut this big fatty piece off the side right here. We don't need that. There's another piece of fat that I'm gonna cut off. I'm just gonna go around it and take off. This end has a little bit more fat on it, so I'm just gonna go around and take that off. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in my pan for the steak. And I'm gonna let that get hot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add my steak in to the skillet. And I'm gonna wait for it to heat up. And while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my board so I can cut my veggies up. Okay, so while your steak is cooking, you're gonna put in black pepper, you're gonna put in salt, and you're gonna put in a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. That's all you need. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, so now we're gonna cut our veggies. I'm gonna start with the onion. Hopefully I don't cry. And you can also cut your veggies before you start, but I'm just showing you guys how I cut them. I would have had them cut already, but I want to show you how to cut them. So I'm gonna dice these because it's gonna be inside of egg rolls, so you want it kind of small. Now I'm gonna dice up some bell pepper, same as I did the onion. Do small pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions and the bell pepper to the meat. And you can do it in portions. You don't have to add it all. Just put as much as you want to your desired consistency. All right. I'm just gonna put that all down. I'm gonna add a little bit more bell pepper. I think I have enough onion for me because I'm not an onion lover. And I'm just going to add the cheese across the top so that it can melt. And turn it off. All right. And I'm gonna remove the fillet from the eye as well. Okay, you can see that the cheese is melting. I'm gonna transfer this over to a bowl now. Okay, I'm mixing together my egg wash. I just put a little bit of milk, and I'm just making sure that it's mixed really well so they can hold our egg rolls at the end. All right, so now I'm gonna pour my oil in for the egg rolls and get that heated while I'm putting them together. And I'm gonna turn that up to, I'm gonna put that on a 6 as well, so medium high. Okay, so we have our mixture. Just make sure your mixture is drained. And then you're gonna take provolone cheese slices, cut them into halves. So it's not gonna be the entire slice, you're gonna cut them into halves like that. All right, so first we're going to go ahead and pull out our skins. We're gonna double the skins up because they can be really thin and break apart as you're frying them. So you're just gonna use 2 at a time. And you're gonna take your skin and take a piece of your provolone cheese, and you're gonna put the provolone cheese first on the edge of your wrapper. And then you're gonna take your steak mixture and add it as well. And you're gonna make sure that you don't overfill it because you wanna make sure that it stays put together once you wrap it. So there's our steak, and then we're gonna start rolling it. So you're gonna pick it up from the corner and lift up and start rolling. Once you do like 1 full roll, you're gonna bring in the corners like that on each side, and then you're gonna continue to roll. And I could have actually added a little bit more of the mixture to it. You have to gauge it. So I'm gonna keep rolling, and then I'm gonna take my egg wash right at the end and just dab a little bit on to make sure that it sticks. And there's your egg roll. All right, I'm gonna do another one. Here's our last one. So I was right when I said about 6. Wash. All right, now they're ready to fry. All right, everybody, so now they're ready to fry. You want to make sure that your oil is really hot so that when you put your egg roll in, the oil doesn't soak into the skins. So we're going to go ahead and start frying them since our oil is hot. We want it hot, but we don't want it too hot. All right, so the oil is really hot. It's going to cook really fast, so you're just going to put it in. And flip over, and they cook really fast. So once the skin is cooked, you're going to remove it from the oil and put it on a rack. All right. And this one. And then this one we're gonna fry it, but we're gonna pull it out faster for the people who like theirs really light. Because remember, the inside is already cooked. You're just cooking the skin, basically. All right, so we're gonna just heat up a little bit of Cheese Whiz to go as a dipping sauce for the egg rolls. Now you can make a cheese sauce, or you know, whatever kind of sauce you want to make to go with them. But I'm just gonna heat up a little Cheese Whiz and use it as a dipping sauce. All right, so here are our finished egg rolls in our Cheese Whiz cheese sauce. So let's go ahead and cut one so we can see what it looks like on the inside. So we'll go ahead and cut this one. We'll go with this knife again. Let's cut this one. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Then you can just dip it in your cheese sauce. And there you go. There's your cheese.